Hi everyone. It's Monday, December 20th. So welcome to Vlogmas Day 20. We're almost there. And welcome to my bed. I'm trying to spend as much time in bed as I can today, which is a little bit, but not as much as I want. I'm not feeling that great. I got my COVID booster shot yesterday, so I'm really happy to have that done, but I definitely felt it. I felt it last night. I felt pretty bad. And I lost a few hours of sleep to kid stuff. And yeah, today I'm feeling pretty bad still. But luckily, Lucy's at her grandparents' house, so it's just me and River. So he's having his second nap now, which means I get to just be in bed for a little bit. And it's the first nap that I hung out in bed. I felt much worse. I feel a little better now. And that time I couldn't. I just like laid here in the dark and I couldn't fall asleep. I wish I could have fallen asleep, but I just laid here. And then this nap, I'm feeling a little better. So I've got my knitting and my planner. And do I have anything else fun? I guess that's kind of it. So we'll see how much energy I have for doing things that are fun while I'm relaxing. We did have an earthquake a couple of hours ago. I live in Northern California, and I think it said about 40 miles away from me. I think down south of me, in the town of Fortuna, off the coast a little ways, there was an earthquake. We live in California, and there's earthquakes here. It's like earthquake country, right? And a lot of the ones that happen here in Northern California happen off the coast. Oftentimes we don't feel them, but we felt this one today. Uh, it was the first earthquake I've actually felt in years, like a few years. So that was exciting. It wasn't bad where I am. I felt it for maybe just a few seconds, and it was pretty mild. Colin texted me from work, which is about, I don't know, 15 miles away from me. I don't know how far it is. But he said you could feel it pretty strong where he was. But yeah, so there was an earthquake today. I'm hanging out in bed. Um, and we're getting through the day pretty uneventfully otherwise. Squirrel did not wake up for the earthquake at all. She slept right through it. And I'm going to see how much relaxing I can do during this nap. Maybe I'll try to get some shut-eye again, but it probably won't work out. I don't tend to have much luck falling asleep in the daytime. But I have my fingers crossed for a nice long nap for River, and yeah, I'll probably text Colin tonight to see if he can pick up some takeout. My plan was to go to the grocery store today to get stuff for dinners this week, and I was actually about to go to the grocery store when the earthquake happened, and I was like, I should probably just stay home. Probably not a good idea to go out right now in case there's aftershocks or anything. So I didn't go, and I'm probably not gonna feel like it later. So we might get takeout. I'm thinking either Mexican or falafels. Those are my two choices. Okay. I never even turned on my Christmas tree lights or my outside Christmas lights today because I just didn't feel like it. Hi, anyway. It's a few hours later. It's about 3 o'clock right now, and River's up. We're hanging out here on the floor under his play gym, and I've officially decided that I don't want to go to the store and I don't want to make dinner. I'm still feeling pretty bad. Pretty much just like the way it's affected me is like flu-like symptoms, pretty much. I don't have a fever, but I feel feverish, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So, I want to do takeout, and I actually think I changed my mind. I think I want some ramen. Unfortunately, we don't have good ramen places around here. There's one place that does ramen that I know of, and it's a place called Jaffe's Soup and Noodles, and it's pretty good. So that's what we'll get. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. So I think I want that for dinner. Some ramen is sounding really, really good. And what I was gonna do tonight was I went through yesterday when I was still feeling like normal and made up my list for the week with my grocery list and the dinners I wanted to make. So it's gonna need some rearranging and some eliminating of things, because tonight I was gonna make this chicken dish. It's chicken with miso and something, and then rice and broccoli. And I thought I would show you a couple of the recipes that I wanted to make this week in this cookbook that I really like. So this is Ottolenghi Simple. It's by Yoda Ottolenghi, and I think it was last year that I got this book. So if you've watched last year's Vlogmas, you have probably heard me talk about this book a lot. I got it then, and then I got kind of obsessed with it, and I've made a lot of recipes out of this book. I really, really, really recommend this cookbook. It's so good. It's pretty heavily Middle Eastern inspired, and I just love it. So the dish I was gonna make tonight was chicken with miso, ginger, and lime. And it's just a roasted chicken leg dish with all of those things in it. And I was gonna serve it with basmati rice and broccoli. And this here, I don't know if you can see it, but this is a picture of it. It sounds really good. I still want to make it at some point in the future, but it's just not going to happen this week. And then tomorrow, my plan was to make a red lentil dish from this book. I have a bag of red lentils from Rancho Gordo, which came in my last Bean Club shipment. I am a member of a Bean Club. So this is the dish that I had planned for tomorrow. I have most everything for it, except for a couple things. So I do have to go to the store for this one, but it's curried lentil, tomato, and coconut soup. And I was going to serve this with some rice and flatbread. And green beans is the word I'm looking for. So that's still going to be on for this week, but I still have to go to the store to get stuff for this. And then next was going to be chili. I have just a basic chili that I make. That's ground beef, beans. I usually use like whatever kind of good chili heirloom kind of beans I have on hand from Rancho Gordo. And lots of peppers, spicy peppers and bell peppers, and then carrots, fire roasted canned tomatoes, and spices and stuff. So I am still going to make that this week. And then the other thing that I was going to make is ham and cheese waffles. Okay, I'm bringing you back up here. So it was supposed to be tonight the chicken, tomorrow red lentil curry, Wednesday chili, Thursday ham and cheese waffles, and then Friday and Saturday our Christmas Eve and Christmas. Can you believe it? I kind of can't believe it. But anyway, so I'm not going to do the chicken this week. I think tomorrow I'm going to do the ham and cheese waffles since I don't have to go to the store for that. I have everything. We've got ham, we've got some Gouda, and we have everything for the waffle batter. I'll do an overnight batter that I like to do, and I'll just start it in the morning so that it's ready at night. And then we have one big potato. So we'll do potatoes on the side. And then I think the next 2 nights I'll do the curry and the chili. So that's kind of what happens sometimes is on Sunday I'll make a list for the week of everything I want to make. Yeah, I know. And then sometimes it gets messed up. So, we rearrange. But I'm happy I'm still going to make one recipe from this book. I love this book so much. I really want to get some more of his books. He's a pretty prolific cookbook author. And he's kind of known for pretty, complex recipes with, hard to find ingredients and stuff. But this one's really great because it's his simpler recipes is what it is. But I do want to try some of those other books. So I'm excited to not cook today. It's been a pretty chill day so far with me and River. He hasn't really been doing much either. And I don't know, he might be getting a little restless. Are you bored today? Am I just not entertaining enough today? Boo, 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 boo. I could throw him up in the air like this all day long, and he'd be happy. That's all he wants. All the time. Hi, River. And that's kind of all I got for today, except I think I do want to show you some of my quilts. I got a question in one of the comments from a previous video. You might be able to tell that River is always lying on a quilt on the ground. We have hard floors. Also, somebody else, Hi Z, asked me how I keep my floors so shiny. And if you happen to be wondering too, it's a total trick. They're not hardwood floors that just happen to be shiny and well taken care of. They're laminate floors made to look like wood. So even if they're super dirty, they're still shiny. I actually don't love them. I would much prefer hardwood floors, but they are what my house has. So that's what we have. Anyway, so he's always on quilts, and I have 4 handmade quilts in his rotation, and I wash them every single day because he is a spitter upper. He spits up constantly, like for real, constantly. So they're always gross. And luckily, I've come across some incredibly talented and kind and generous people over the past few years since I had Lucy, who have gifted me these handmade quilts that have just been a total lifesaver. So the first one that I'm using right now is this one. It's a quilt with ducks all over it. I have it upside down, but you get the picture. And it's a patch, I don't know the terminology for quilts, but it's got big squares. And it's all duck themed. And then the back is this flannel duck butt pattern. I've shown this one before. I love this quilt. It was gifted to me by a Moonstone Dyeworks customer when Lucy either was a baby or when I was still pregnant with her. And so this quilt has gotten years and years of use, and we use it constantly. So the other quilts I have, and I've shown both of these before, but this one my mom made, and it was the first and only time she's ever made a quilt. Yeah. And she made this for Lucy when she was a baby, and it is, again, just like a big square patchwork quilt made up of fabric from my late father's old button-up shirts. And this one is one that she quilted and did the binding for and then sent it to me. No, okay, she did the patchwork and then she put the thing together, did the binding, and then sent it to me to actually, I don't know the words, to like quilt, but I didn't quilt it, I tied it. So if you can see at every corner, there's a little, you probably can't see it, but there's a little yarn, a little white yarn tie at every corner. So I did that. So this is the other quilt that we use all the time. So the other set of quilts that I have were sent to me by Debbie. Hi, Debbie. And she sent me 2 quilts that she made, plus a bag. And one was for River and one was for Lucy. This is River's. It's got this ocean life print on one side and this really cool kind of minimalistic patchwork on the other side. And the one for Lucy's actually in the dryer right now, but I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've seen it on this channel. And we use both of those every day. For both Lucy and River. They're great for River, like I said before, for playing on, and then they're great for Lucy for playing quietly on. Lucy likes to play with a lot of really loud toys, so while River's napping, it's nice to put out a quilt on the ground so that she can play with like her Legos and stuff without clanking too much. So that's pretty much my quilt collection. I mean, look at this. The actual quilting on this thing, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a sun and a cloud right here. Ugh, I've been so lucky to have people make quilts for me and my family. It's literally always been a dream of mine to have a quilt, and that's not really something, you kind of have to like know a quilter to get a quilt, you know what I mean? I mean, not really, but you know. So I've been lucky enough to have acquired 4 amazing quilts since my quilt obsession began, and I'm super grateful. So that's my dinner talk and my quilt talk for the day. I hope your Monday's going really good. I hope your last week of December before Christmas is going good. Last couple weeks before the end of 2021, I hope they're going good. Are you on vacation now? Do you have the week or 2 off of work? I hope so. Colin works up until Christmas Eve, and then he has a couple weeks off, so I'm really excited about that. And I think I will catch you all later. So until tomorrow or whenever I record next, happy Monday, happy Vlogmas, and happy December. Bye. Da 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 da. Woo!